The vision for the Christian Institute on Disability was given birth many years ago when a Down syndrome infant was starved to death in a hospital. The Supreme Court of Indiana said it was okay for the parents to refuse to give permission for the doctors to operate. In other words, the hospital had the right to starve that infant to death. And I remember thinking at the time, then all people with disabilities, their lives are in jeopardy.
In the Christian Institute on Disability, in our Public Policy Center, we are combating the lies of today.
The church is here to be an influence in culture, to influence culture by light, by truth. Culture has been squeezing the church, and we have seen that expressed in many ways. We want to understand before we believe rather than believing in order to understand.
The church has not understood its calling. And the reality is that the church is to address the belief issue and to impact society's actions and behaviors. So what is a commission to the church has become an omission. At the Christian Institute on Disability, we're going to help bring the commission back and empower and equip the church to reach out and to minister to those affected by disability.
We are bringing God back into the public square.
God loves justice. In fact, in Psalm 82, he tells us, defend the cause of the weak, maintain the rights of the poor, and rescue those that are weak and needy. He loves it when his people take a stand and become a voice for those that may not have a voice.
What does injustice look like? It means aborting that unborn child on the basis of a small chromosomal defect. It means pulling the life supports on an elderly person.
How are we to respond to medical and scientific communities that challenge the definition of personhood?
Of all the things we're doing at the Joni and Friends International Disability Center, we couldn't be doing anything more important, anything more critical, more timely than our initiatives at the Christian Institute on Disability. They are passionate, they are cutting edge, they are current in this high-tech world where bioethics are confusing and medical technology is rushing forward at a breakneck speed. We want to give the church tools so that they'll know what to say when people believe that a human being is disposable and expendable. The weak and the vulnerable and the medically fragile have never fared well in societies that have lost their moral center, their moral compass. And we at the Christian Institute on Disability are realigning that compass for the Christian church.
At the Christian Institute on Disability, we are bringing God and theology back into the conversation, back into the public arena, back into the areas of medicine, of technology, of science. And we are taking back ground that the devil has taken away when it comes to defining what is a person, who is a person, what does that look like, what's the meaning of life, what's the value of life. And at the Christian Institute on Disability, imagine for a moment, if you will, an institute that is taking the subject of disability, of theology, of the various disciplines that affect all of us in life. And we're taking it to colleges and universities and seminaries. And we're training seminarians how to minister to those affected by disability in the local church and around the world. And imagine, if you will, a public policy center that confronts and challenges issues of today's culture and bioethics and sanctity of life. And we bring a biblical perspective, a Christian worldview to the subject. And imagine with me, if you will, an internship program where we are bringing students from disciplines from all over, universities and seminaries, and we're giving them hands-on experience. We call it experiential learning, where they will go around the world ministering to those affected by disability. That's what the Christian Institute on Disability is all about, delivering life-giving truth.